I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while at the...
We're talking about, maybe that should be our list today. Top 3 things Jesus can't do.
Can't do? Well...
Hi, King. Good to see you, man. You want to chime in on this current conversation we're having?
Jesus can't make Oregon win a national championship.
Sure can't.
No, can't do that yet.
Is that Oregon spelled with a 0?
I mean,
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota praying all the time and Bo Nix praying all the time could not get it done. Jesus, not interested.
Is Marcus a Jesus guy?
Yeah, he did the whole...
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Not as
JC's
much as Bo Nix, but...
No. Well, JC's spending all his time trying to help Jameis Winston out as much as he can.
That's true. That's true. Jameis
He did stop throwing pick sixes.
Jameis is like one of... He's like the most bipolar guy I've ever seen in sports. Like, because he goes on the most extreme, weird tangent side of things. We've all seen it. But also he's like a really fun, jovial, nice guy, like a really good dad, like, you know, just like a really good dude. But he's fucking weird.
He's just
like,
weird.
He's so weird.
That goes into his play because he could have he'll throw for 400 yards and 4 interceptions. It's
exactly. Like, he has this like resurrection game, speaking of Jesus, where he, like, in front of everybody, he leads them to this amazing win, plays this incredible game, and then he comes back and throws 4 picks and gets benched literally the next game.
For DTR,
DTR.
I mean, got to be in the conversation for one of like the worst NFL level quarterbacks.
Yeah,
dude can't throw the football.
DTR was actually kind of decent last year before Flacco came in. I feel like he was a spark.
I don't think he has. I don't think he's thrown for over 150 yards in a game.
I feel like if you squinted, you could see it. Yeah. He's a backup. He's a good backup. If you squint,
get in there real tight.
If you squint, you can see viable backup.
Again, another Jesus thing. It's a miracle that DTR is in the NFL.
Third string quarterback, that's for sure.
He's got third string written all over him.
Yeah, well, here's your question then, King. Who throws for more yards this week? Him or Penix?
Penix.
Booble literally just asked that in the chat right before you asked that. Penix over DTR? Question mark.
I feel like Penix could go like 9 for 27, but he's gonna hit one that goes for 74.
He does have weapons though, which is helpful.
He does.
Who exactly?
Drake London, good.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Pitts.
Do
you not remember the pandemic season at Florida?
Miss me with Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts and Kyle Trask were running an NFL offense that year, sir.
Kyle Pitts is
Darnell Mooney.
Oh, I love a good Mooney.
Kyle Pitts is pure booty hole. Like, that guy sucks.
Looks good in warm-ups.
Absolutely. WCP pointing this out. Not sure we'll ever see a 30-30 in a season again. 30 touchdown passes, 30 interceptions thrown. So
Only Jameis.
Only Jameis.
That's why he's the greatest quarterback if you have his players in fantasy. Because Jerry Jeudy's going to get you fucking numbers now with him. Yeah. And guess what? Interceptions don't affect those players' stats.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yep.
Fantastic.
Yeah, 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in a game. Yep. Somehow he throws enough passes to make those numbers happen. It's amazing.
Duke could chuck it.
Let's start the podcast. I'm Alex. He's King. He's Ski. Twitter handles are on the picture if you still want to tweet at us. Ski and I are also on Blue Sky, TSB Pod and TSB Ski on Blue Sky, if you want to get on there. Join our Discord, Sports Brewery and Discord. That is where you can give us movie suggestions, list suggestions, which, by the way, Speaking of booty holes, we got not a lot of good list suggestions. Is that a stretch? I don't know. So we're gonna do it live.
Stretching what?
Oh baby. So we're gonna do it live. So give us your list suggestions in the chat, and we will see if one of them sticks, and we'll maybe do that at the end of the show, as I'm going to call it right now. Twitch.tv/abrog87 if you want to watch us do the sports podcast live. Twitch.tv/abrawg87. Just hit follow, and then it'll send you links when we go live, and you just click the thing and you join it, and it's a good time. I think that's it. If you miss those, you can find them on YouTube. Like, subscribe, punch the bell, do all of those things. What are we going to talk about? Oh, movie. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
You
movie this week. Thank you very much. Is your movie. It is a listener suggestion, and we're going with Bad Santa. So if you want to watch that, listen to us talk about it on Sunday. Bad Santa is on Paramount Plus right now. So watch that and listen to us talk about it. Billy Bob Thornton in possibly his greatest role? Arguable.
Monsters Ball.
I mean,
Armageddon.
if you're like a movie nerd, you like those.
Okay,
but
Tombstone.
Is Tombstone his movie? I don't know, man.
No.
He is the
Sling
lead
Blade?
in this movie. Sling Blade. Speaking of movie nerds, Sling Blade. Give me a break. So yeah, watch that. Listen to us talk about it. Booble says top 3 Billy Bob movies for a list. Maybe. Give us more suggestions. Please and thank you.
That might be when I try to look some things up. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I just pull up IMDb on my phone. That's easy. That's easy enough. Okay, what are we going to talk about? Because the Ducks didn't play this week. Basketball did, I guess, but did anybody notice?
I mean, two of the three in this were there.
Do people actually watch basketball?
Yeah, no,
Well,
not
two
Oregon
of about
fans.
1,700 people that might have been there for that game.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point.
I hate to do this.
Is Oregon basketball, again, you talked about it last week. So Oregon basketball is really good. Oregon basketball is like a top 10 team in the country, and nobody is watching them.
I don't understand.
It is weird. It is weird.
Caveat. That game was fucking terrible to watch.
Yeah. Well, it was Stephen F. Austin. Yeah.
Yes. But still, like Mark, it's a top 10 team. I would think they could at least fill more than half the arena. Maybe.
No.
I know the students are gone, but they're damn near giving away fucking seats. You could sit courtside where the students sit for what, $2?
$2. I bought $2 tickets where literally you could sit courtside where the students sit. Or you could sit anywhere unless you got kicked out, is what the usher told me. Just go sit somewhere. If someone has that seat, they'll let you know. Just move over.
Just move over because there's plenty of seats available.
I'm not going to lecture people or anything, but I get it. The students are out of town. Stephen F. Austin stinks. They're ranked 10. Yeah. At a certain point, I just don't understand what
do you want?
Oregon fans have given up on basketball post-COVID, right?
After they lost their chance to make a deep run with that Pritchard team.
Because there was about a 5-6 year period, somewhere sophomore year, Dylan Brooks, freshman year, whatever, Dylan Brooks team, all the way through Sabrina into Peyton Pritchard, where Matthew Knight Arena was fun. It was they had good atmospheres. Now, if someone say, it wasn't Matt Court. Okay, that's fine. But they had good atmospheres. You go watch some of those, whether it's Dylan Brooks, Sabrina Ionescu, or Peyton Pritchard. The fucking student section had TIFOs. They were doing TIFOs and shit, man. There's nothing now. It's insane.
Is it the product? Is this product not entertaining? I mean, yes, they're a top 10 team, but those, like you said, those Jordan Bell teams were so fun to watch.
Well, yes, of course. But was Autzen selling out while Mario was misusing Justin Herbert?
True.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know what they have to do to fix it because it's.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is it like Oregon fans are actually the barometer about if the product that is on the court or the field is actually enjoyable? Because Mario, while he was a good recruiter, while he won lots and lots of games, was boring.
Yeah,
his offense was boring. Like he has an NFL quarterback who's playing on Thursday Night Football right now, and his offense was boring somehow. And is that what's going on? Is like Oregon is good. Like, yeah, they're a top 10 team, but they're boring. They're doing it in a boring way. But also, there's an argument that Oregon football right now is boring. So, like, I don't know.
Is college basketball getting hurt more by by transfers and stuff? Because
because they always had one and dones. So
by everyone's favorite Oregon reporter, James Crepia, he put out something over the weekend about the 18 teams in the Big Ten and their attendance.
How does Dana feel about it? Do you have
about attendance? I don't know if I've heard from him this year yet on it, but
yeah, I'm just curious how.
Well, James, I feel that way. I mean,
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah.
And the bottom 4 teams in the Big Ten, basketball attendance, they're all packed. They're all Pac-12 again, and it's a sizable gap. So it's a West Coast thing. It's bizarre. I don't know what we have to do. I'm kind of just.
I'm expecting a bump when conference play starts and the new Big Ten teams that we haven't seen.
Are you?
If that doesn't give it a bump, then nothing will.
Are they exciting?
Maryland.
I hate Big Ten. I hate Big Ten basketball. I hate Purdue. I hate Michigan State. I've always hated those teams. But it's something new. You never got to see those teams come play Oregon at home. And then now on top of, I mean, yes, some of them are technically good, kind of.
I mean, Oregon's top ranked team in the Big Ten.
I think it's a couple things. I think they are boring, yes, and they have like no stars, like none, like nobody, because what those Oregon teams in the past had is they had Dylan Brooks, they had Aaron Brooks, they had legit stars.
They had a Pritchard.
They had a person, a player that drew fans.
Alex Scales.
What do we like? Brandon Angel or whatever? Like, is that what we're doing? Like,
no, I mean,
Biddle? Like,
it should be Shellstad. It should be Shellstad.
It should be.
But he's bad.
He's been so weird this year.
Yeah.
He had 1 point on Sunday. 1.
Dude can't shoot this year. Can't shoot.
He's got the yips.
That's your game. You got to shoot.
Bill Buckner, man. Or Steve Sachs, not Bill Buckner. Yeah. Steve Sachs, he's just got the yips. Mm-hmm. He's got the knob
block even.
Yeah. The knob blocks, yep.
And I went to the game and I was just like, fuck. They're telling us to sit anywhere. And there's just no one fucking here.
And no juice. Yeah.
And also that atmosphere when there was half the band, maybe half the cheerleaders, no students is even worse on top.
Oh, sure. And sure. Like
Austin and top.
Like the band, there's no, there's no students.
DJ Gemini wasn't even there.
I think they've cut out DJ Gemini.
I've seen him there the whole year until that last game.
Really? I didn't I didn't notice him.
I didn't go to the game before though. So I might have missed.
I guess I've just gone to 2.
Is he too big for Steve Fitzgerald Austin? Man, that's rough.
But I do love the bands they put together when the students are out of town, because it was just like, there was like 19 kids in the band. Well, people in the band. See, about 7 of them were college kids that either live around here or just aren't going home. And then it was just like 10 people that were 65.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's a mix of teenagers and olds.
really old.
Everybody in between is not there.
That's it's my favorite time when the touring band for like the Grateful Dead shows up to fill out the student band. It's great.
I love this running joke. Booble just brought it back. Ski saw DJ Gemini in the Founders Club. That's right. The Kilkenny Grotto.
The Grotto.
Where Ski's hanging out during Oregon basketball games. Yeah. Thanks. I forgot about that.
That's the place to hang out. It's not up there in that dead ass arena.
The UCLA game, I was in that Mac Club. I was getting that free popcorn and Bigfoot beverage Pepsi products.
Yep.
Can we talk about the popcorn at Oregon basketball games? It is
super salty.
The most salty. My God!
Classic gimmick to get you to buy beverages.
That is incredible. The most salty popcorn in the history of Earth. Like, what are they doing?
Bro, just throw a bunch of butter on it. Just over butter it if you're going to do anything.
If you're going to do one thing.
Salt is insane. It's insane.
By the way, I did not expect you to like jump in front of me on that one. Like I thought I was like the only one.
Nope.
Like I thought I was gonna bring something new to the table. Hey guys, let's champion this effort to like de-salt Matt Night Arena popcorn. Jesus, it's brutal.
It's brutal. It's so bad.
I think they're catering to their audience. I would say it's probably an older audience that shows up to watch basketball games.
No, bullshit. Old people
turn 40, you don't need that much salt.
Old people watch their sodium levels.
You start losing your taste as you age, so you hammer it with more salt to taste.
My toes on Sunday after a couple handfuls of that popcorn were growing out of my shoes like vines. Oh my God, the sodium is killing me.
Yeah, man, like old people take pills for their sodium levels, Ski. Like, what are we talking about, man?
Yeah, so they can hammer a shit ton of salt.
so they can go to Oregon basketball games. Yeah, all right.
About halfway through the bucket of popcorn on Sunday, both my kids were like, "Whoa, this is pretty bad.
Can I have some water?" Like they're in a desert.
I told them, I was like, "You've been here before. I don't know why you crushed your soda."
Yeah. You know the routine, guys. There's an order of operations. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see. So there was some news with Oregon recruiting because the transfer portal's open and stuff is starting to happen there. Also, today we found out that Dallas Wilson, who was one of the 5-star receivers Oregon got, is asking out of his financial aid agreement, which is funny that we're still mentioning financial aid agreements, to go to Florida, which I think before signing day, it was widely rumored that he was going to back out of his commitment to Oregon and sign with Florida. So I don't know if this is really surprising at all, but I think the scuttlebutt is like his family like wants him to stay in Florida, and so he's going to stay in Florida. So like, cool, whatever. It does suck Oregon losing a 5-star wide receiver.
Not the position I have any concern about.
Truly
losing a guy from.
Truly, like, and they still have the number 1 wide receiver in the entire class.
And there's still the entire portal open up. I mean,
yeah,
go get Zachariah Branch now. If
please,
you really need another wide receiver. How about that?
Please,
there you go. Options.
God, Oregon, go get Branch, please. Like, he has been underutilized and misused in Lincoln Riley's garbage offense for far too long.
Did he have Oregon offers? Was that like in his top 4 or 5 at the end of?
I would assume so.
Doesn't matter.
Well, if there would be a connection there, though, at least money on top of connection probably trumps out same amount of money and no connection.
Yeah, fair.
But again, that goes back to my point of that's why I don't care as much about recruiting, especially in like those skill positions, because elite level talent is out there in the portal. It's a different game now.
It truly is. Yeah.
I brushed aside losing a 5-star receiver like it was nothing.
Until there's some sort of like regulation. Do we see anything like that happening soon? Because I think like Congress is talking about it or whatever, but like they have to do something in the next few years.
Yeah.
Like,
I think after the House the house thing comes in next year with the
Yeah.
rev sharing, I think that's the next push where
It's they're going to unionize, right?
things will be capped, and it's going to be.
That's going to be really interesting because that's effectively going to be the biggest union in the world. Like, just think about the amount of college athletes, and I imagine they're probably going to have different ones for different sports or whatever. But either way, those unions are going to be collectively bargaining against the NCAA, and how is that going to work? Like, just the sheer volume and numbers and how they're going to have to regulate all of that is going to be insane. And we're talking about college kids too. Like, it's not like we're talking about like fully grown adults who have perspective and are like super aware of needing health insurance for their kids and all of this stuff, right? Like, it's give me $400 to be in a video game. Cool, man. Like, all right, $400. You know,
I think you can do a simple thing, kind of like what they had to end up doing with like international signing in MLB. You just have to put a cap at things, and then let them go to the cap right there, and you're good. Stay under that cap, you're done. But once, like right now, where it's a free for all, where I don't even think we even fully know the numbers getting thrown around for some of these guys.
It's funny because you see those things online, right? Where you see the lists of the universities and the amount of NIL collective that they have, and even when you see those, like, nobody believes it. And so
exactly.
So it's all like, who knows if those numbers are actually real or not? They're probably not.
So if you do want to crack down, you put a cap on per team the amount of NIL you could use in a year, and I probably would say you put a cap on an individual player's limit as well.
I can't imagine regulating that. I can't, like, just the sheer amount of people it would take. Like, you would have to have people at every university, but then you'd have to have people regulating those people at the university. So how do you even do that? Like, do the conferences take charge?
Essentially, it just comes from. I mean, that money has to. Uncle Sam's going to find out how much money's getting given to people.
Are they?
I mean, yes, that's the one thing Uncle Sam will do well, is try to get as much money as they can out of you.
The Billy Joe Hobart cash. Car.
And that brings something in there now. That's when the shady shit would start happening, when you're trying to skirt Uncle Sam to give a guy some extra money. But
can you imagine being born Sam and then you're an uncle and people call you Uncle Sam? Do you have an obligation to be like, oh, look at my fucking Yankee Doodle hat? Yeah, I'm Uncle Sam.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you make all of your nephews salute you every time they refer to you. Exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry, Uncle Sam? Is that all you have to say? Star Spangled Banner, baby. So also included in Dallas Wilson transferring out, Oregon did get some transfers in, transfer portal guys. So
key positions.
They did.
As well.
Yeah, they got offensive tackles. They got a tackle for each side.
Dueling tackles.
Yeah. So Isaiah World from Nevada and Alex Hartley. I think he was from.
Keep naming names.
From North Texas, was he from? I think he was, right? It was North Texas, right?
I think.
Texas State?
Texas State?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Texas State. That's what it was.
Jamari Johnson at tight end. Theron Johnson at corner from Duke. Okay, and help me with the pronunciation. Dylan Thieneman?
Guess my guess there.
We're going to learn at safety because he's really, really good.
White
safety
Iowa
from Purdue. Like that, the dude.
Purdue, I meant not.
He got 6 picks in his freshman season. I don't think he had any this year. And I think Oregon made him look pretty bad when they played Purdue this year. But Oregon made a lot of safeties look bad. So I think.
I'm going to start by talking about ecosystems. Without apex predators, the food chain gets out of whack.
I love this.
What the Ducks do. It's what the Ducks do.
The soundboard is so great.
My guy. Like, can I salute you? My guy. That's good. That's good work. I think Oregon so far has hit pretty hard in the. I mean, not only just the regular signing period, but also grad transfers so far. Because Thieneman is the top safety in the class. I think World is like the third offensive tackle. I think it was.
That dude's a big dude.
He's a huge dude.
God.
Yeah. What's he like? 6'8", 365 or something like that. Like that's a big human being.
How the fuck do you end up at Nevada? There's the question.
What do you have against Reno?
I mean, I've been to Reno a couple times. There's plenty. I saw someone get their head fucking split open in a shitty bar.
That can happen anywhere. I mean,
I saw a furry convention there.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I did.
You participated in it, perhaps?
I feel like you've only named pluses so far, Ski. Like, when are you going to start naming some negatives about Reno? So good. So Oregon, if you had thoughts of them like maybe dropping off next year, probably going to happen a little bit, but maybe not as much as we thought. It depends entirely on Dante Moore.
Yeah.
Because Oregon's like, I think we maybe thought John Mateer from Washington State entering the portal. I think maybe people thought like, well, why wouldn't Oregon go after him? They have a track record of sending dudes straight to the NFL. And Mateer, it was always Oklahoma, and he ended up in Oklahoma. So
yeah.
But was there a single quarterback you thought hitting the portal like, oh, Oregon has to get that guy? I don't think Mateer was that guy to me either. So
I'm totally good with Moore.
Yeah,
totally good.
Yeah. Unless they get somebody better, which who knows who
but
could
you also,
that be?
This is the tricky part now. Is you also
Quinn
have to start...
Quinn Ewers?
No, please no.
No.
Heart pass.
No. Yeah,
you have to start like when you bring guys in, play them. There's a reason to play them.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, they're like a troll against Oregon. All of a sudden is.
They don't develop.
They don't develop because they get all these high recruited high schools and they just plug and play. And our guy Aaron Fentress, the guy from Portland, who is a hardcore fan of Michael Jordan, the '90s Canes, and whatever the Yankees from the 2000s. He's got a weird list of fanships for a guy from like West Lynn, but whatever. Yeah, like at a certain point, you got to start playing guys. And Dante Moore is a transfer, yes. But Dante Moore is also a guy that everyone thought was going to commit to Oregon and then didn't at the last minute.
Yeah.
So they just brought him back home.
Yeah, because of a transfer quarterback that...
Yes, because of Bo Nix. Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, because of the guy on Thursday Night Football with like 3 touchdowns in the first half. I mean...
It has to be both. It has to be both, and I think Oregon is doing a really good job at both. Because look at their offense, like Jordan James, recruit to Oregon. Terrence Ferguson, recruit to Oregon. Marcus Harper, recruit to Oregon. There's guys across the lineup who are like main contributors, big time starters for them, who were recruited to Oregon as high school kids. So again, like this is why Dan is so good, is because he's been able to keep those guys for the most part, and then also bring in these other guys, these transfers. And so,
like I said, it is a fine line though. Like right now, he's dancing. He brought in the 2 tackles, right? That's a pretty important position that usually you tend to want to develop those positions with guys in your system for a while. I don't know how much I'd love the merry-go-round of just bringing in a fresh tackle every year to a new system. So there are a lot of positions you could plug and play good players and it doesn't matter. I think there are a handful of positions that it's better to develop out of. Running back is a record running back. Doesn't matter. Running back, blank face. I don't give a fuck who they are as long as they can run the football.
Just
right?
run your body ragged.
First of all, you do care.
Me.
You do care.
We're gonna treat you like a Kansas City fucking running back. You might be crippled in 2 or 3 years. We don't give a shit.
You're very much established for being on the Riggs train, Ski. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Riggs.
Riggs and I was not aware of that are 2 sounds I tried to add to the soundboard, but they're so brief that there's nothing I could do where it didn't sound like It's just too quiet. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Nothing I can do.
You got to have a lot of off season to dial that in for next year.
I do.
That's true. That's true.
If he even doesn't transfer out or some reason.
Riggs? God forbid. Don't even put that in the universe, Ski. What's wrong with you? God.
Is Riggs going to be the starter next year, assuming Whittington and James leave? Is
well,
that kind of what
that's
we're thinking?
assuming a lot that both of them leave, but
that's 100% where I'd be at. Because Jay Harris technically has another year.
Yeah. But like I said, like Whittington has said he's gone. Yeah. He's tired of college.
I get it.
I agree. I think you said it last week. I mean, James could be a 3rd round, 4th round pick. Yeah. Maybe catch the football. I mean, yeah.
He's over 1,000 yards. I could see it. Yep.
Yeah, I can see it. So.
Or they bring in somebody through the transfer portal. So
yeah. That is another option. But we saw it this year. It's new college football. Dan Lanning needs 2 running backs.
He does. Yes. It's in fact he insists on them. Even when he has a 1,000-yard rusher,
we don't want to see Whittington.
And that 1,000-yard rusher is super duper hot and on fire in a game, he's gonna miss a couple series, just because.
Could be 4th quarter key drive. That's a good series.
That's cool.
Sit James out as well.
Go ahead. Put Jaden Lamar in. No, good idea. Hey, get him some reps. Yeah, great.
There's a very real possibility that like Oregon wins the title this year, and like going forward, we talk about Dan Lanning's like rotations like he was Gene Chizik at Auburn. Like what the fuck? What the fuck they put Jaden Lamar in against fucking Georgia? Yeah. Jordan James and Whittington rushed for 150 yards on 19 carries, and they had two whole possessions with Jaden Lamar. What the weird?
Why did Jordan James not play the entire second half? Weird. Yeah.
That Dante Moore package. Bizarre.
I thank God that's the one thing we haven't seen out of Lanning is that weird little quarterback switch.
Yeah.
The Taysom Hill fucking QB swap. It just is so stupid.
For God's sake. College football playoff starts tomorrow. I imagine we're probably going to be picking some games for it. Do we want to just do that now? Do we want to just do lines? Do you have anything else before we do lines? I'm trying to think. We could talk like the NBA 3-point line.
No. Oh my God! Can I say something?
We could talk about Doug Gottlieb.
No. NBA people, and this is an entire sports thing.
Sports.
NBA people are so into like analytics and shit. Did you guys see the proposal from Kirk Goldsberry, who's like an analytics NBA guru today?
Is that moving the 3-point line thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yes, every team has a different 3-point line depending on their efficiency. What are we doing?
Is it so you're saying NBA analytics is getting worse than like baseballs, or is it still not?
If you're worse at 3-point shots, it's a little closer. If you're better, it's further out. And it depends on the arc and where if you shoot baseline ones better than the top of the key.
It doesn't matter that you like have Steph Curry on your team or Damian Lillard. That's that's a big influence on.
Technically, that's part of the data, but it's just that's your fix. That's your fix. Every game has a different 3-point line for the team. No.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever seen put to paper. Like that's
terrible.
So dumb.
Terrible.
Yes.
Why don't you change the height of the hoop for certain teams as well? Then how about that?
The NBA has skewed too far to threes, right? Like we can all admit that.
Well, like analytics say a shooting threes is better.
And I'm not even really disputing that, but visually it stinks.
Oh, it's awful.
Because the Warriors came along,
yeah,
and even before they were winning titles, they were the Splash Bros. They won a title, and then KD came around, and the threes were fucking awesome.
They were unique.
Steph Curry was must watch for like 2.5 seasons. Like they would play a game on a Saturday in May or whatever. Everyone was fucking watching that game on ABC. It was rad. And then the Rockets came along and they just were like, we can just do volume threes. And that's how we got there. What was it? Game 7 against the Warriors in 2019 or whatever. They were like 1 for 37 from 3 or whatever the fuck it was. And now every team just shoots so many threes. Like Peyton Pritchard, I love you, guy. Good on you. But the fact that you have like 40 more threes this year than Steph Curry is an absurdity. It's an absurdity because all you do is stand there. Rock.
Again, helps having Tatum and Brown control the ball to get you those open shots.
They shoot, but that whole Celtics team just shoots corner threes. Like they suck to watch. Jaylen Brown would suck to watch in any era because he can't dribble and he really can't shoot. But like Jason Tatum should be more enjoyable to watch than he is now, but he's not. And I don't know what you do.
Is this somehow a fad thing? Because we went through it was that the early 2000s with the Suns, where it was, hey, guess what? Get up shots as fast as you can. Eating that shot clock, you want to get as many shots per game as you can.
No, because now it's accepted. People laughed at Mike D'Antoni. Now it's just like,
that's just because he didn't win. If he would have won with it, then
they're like, the corner three is the most effective shot in basketball. So just have someone.
Sean Marion stand right there.
Leandro Barbosa would be a Hall of Famer right now if he played. He would just camp out in the corner, shoot threes, and it sucks to watch. And I say that as not someone who's like, oh, I hate the NBA. It's just not great to watch.
But again,
and the players are so good now. They're so much better than they were 20 years ago.
But it's either, so the analytics now says either you shoot threes or you take it right to the hoop. So are you Michael Wilboning this, saying you're missing those like Jordan mid-range with his back to the basket, Turner hit Larry Birds and,
No, but I am missing true centers.
I think, by the way, that's Booble.
Like I don't need to see Kurt Thomas shooting 12-foot shots. Like
Brook Lopez changed his entire game. It was an MVP caliber center, became a 3-point shooting center now.
But I do miss the true center. The guy, like Shaq's obviously an outlier.
Big.
But that kind of thing where you could just throw the ball inside and everything gets the gravitational pull goes right to him.
And that's where the threes come from. Is that?
That's fine. Yeah. But it just and again, it's hard. I don't want to be criticizing the NBA is low-hanging fruit at this point. The players are so good, but the math is just screwing it all up.
I think that's what Booble said in the chat. He's like, as long as Joel Embiid is launching 8 threes a game, it's not going away. That's the thing. Joel Embiid should
never plays anyway.
He should be a big playing on the inside, but for some reason he extends to the 3-point line and chucks. That's it.
Yeah. Wembayama, that's it. It used to be. Remember, it was like Manute Bol like buried like 6 threes in a game, and it was like, oh my god, a center shot made like 6 threes in a game.
Sabonis too. Remember Sabonis? Like outside shoot. That's what made him special. He's like a unicorn because he could shoot threes. Nobody else could do that.
Going to like King's analytics, it's like, a 7-footer that can make threes. It's probably the hardest shot to block in basketball. So if he can make them, analytics probably says, they should be chucking those threes too. I don't know, but I 100% agree, King. It's a bad product now to watch. It's either you drive to the lane and cry for a foul, or you're just chucking.
And like the crying for a foul thing doesn't even really bother me that much. Like I know it's corny, but you watch an NFL game too, and a ball could fly 3 feet over DeAndre Hopkins' head, and he's gonna go, "Oh, where's the flag? Where's the flag?"
That safety was crying about a flag for that late hit on Herbert. It was like, dude, he was slidden on the ground, and you dove into his shoulder for no reason.
Right. Go Blazers.
They currently up 3 points against the Nugs.
The battle of duck quarterbacks just ended. The Chargers beat the Broncos. I have a question. Do you guys have that on right now? Did you just see the final play? So the final play, it's a 4th and long because Herbert's been taking knees. He gets a snap and just sort of throws takes a couple steps and just throws the ball out of bounds. Did
you not see the end of
not
that
near
ASU,
anybody?
BYU
game. Yep.
That's intentional. The clock doesn't stop until the ball hits something.
But that's intentional grounding.
Nope.
because the clock doesn't stop.
Because the clock doesn't. Yeah.
But he's in the pocket.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. It's a big loophole.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember that.
So if the clock hits 0 before it hits anything.
Sure.
And that includes like a Budweiser sign in the second row.
Sure.
It's not intentional grounding.
So there has to be time on the clock for it to be intentional grounding?
I believe that is the real reason for it.
That's crazy. They gotta fix that,
changed.
right? Like,
it will probably get changed.
Like I said, you didn't watch the end of that ASU BYU game.
No.
They literally they had the ball like 1st and 10 from BYU's like 20, and they made 3 straight plays of the quarterback running back.
That's
about
right,
15 yards.
That's right, because the crowd rushed
And
the
then-
field, and all right.
And then he launched in the air and didn't weak ass armed it and couldn't run the whole clock. Like Herbert could throw that thing and take 10 seconds to hit something.
Herbert
if you
could
launched
really
it.
throw it like out of the stadium.
Yeah.
It's kind of an open aired thing.
Yeah.
Like those old Vic commercials where he used to throw the ball out of the stadium. Yeah.
It's definitely a loophole, and I think it will probably get closed.
Will be closed soon.
Because quarterbacks are now good enough to do it. Like they're strong enough to do it.
Totally.
10 years ago, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, even now, Tua couldn't do it. I mean, if there were 2 seconds left on the clock, he could do it. Maybe.
All right, let's get to lines, so we can start talking about some college football playoff stuff. With lines and the lines.
So we picked 5 bowl games so far. There's been 5 games.
Lines.
One, the Nolans Bowl ended like an hour ago.
Lines.
So we got that in.
Lines.
I don't know. I
Lines.
assume this only 5 games what's happened. We got someone that picked every game correct.
Lines.
Lines.
I bet it was the guy who was able to do research before we picked games last week. I wonder if it was that guy.
I had
Lines.
4 points. 4 of 6 points possibility. King had 5 points.
Oh, let's go!
I had 6 points.
Let's go! I had no idea who was playing before we picked games.
It came down to the big one was the Southern Alabama Western Michigan game that you got right and King got wrong.
Lines.
Doesn't it always come down to a MAC game? And I hate the MAC,
baby.
I hate the MAC. You know that about me.
Yep. So you're still up 3 on King. Fuck, I don't know if I mathematically can. I'm down 11. So
You're gonna keep adding games until you can mathematically make it happen.
He's gonna
We
be
will.
grinding spring training games.
I think once we hit the playoffs, maybe each game's worth 5 points.
Grinding.
Twin split squad versus Minnetonka Community College for the win.
Lines.
All right. First one we got the Cure Bowl.
Of
Cure
course.
Bowl.
Of course.
We got the Ohio Bobcats.
Ooh, the Chalamets.
They're 4.5 point favorites against Jacksonville State.
Didn't they play last week?
Jacksonville State.
I feel like we picked Jacksonville State last week, didn't we?
Did.
No, we had I think it was Jacksonville. The other one.
Hang on, I'm looking back. Jacksonville State we picked last week because they played Georgia Southern. Am I wrong? I write these down every week because I got to remember.
I feel like I had a Frank Solich versus Rich Rod leaving take last week. So, even though Frank Solich isn't their coach.
I had a lot. So we all got that game out. Georgia Southern was playing Sam Houston State.
Oh, glad I picked Georgia Southern.
But we all got Georgia Southern. So that's
okay.
Go Eagles.
And now we're on to real Jacksonville State. So
okay.
I'm going to pencil in Jacksonville State for King because he hasn't backed the MAC.
Yeah, clearly. I'm going to go Ohio. Come on, Bobcats all the way. If they're cool with Chalamet, they're cool with me. You know what I mean?
And I'm the opposite, King. I always back the MAC, so I'll take Ohio.
Chalamet knows ball. You know, how great is ball?
King, are you going to take Jacksonville State?
Yogi Roth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Gamecock.
All right, now we got the Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh, I love the Gasparilla.
Gasparilla.
We got Tulane. They're playing Florida. Florida 10.5-point favorite.
You say Gasparilla or Gasparilla?
Gasparilla.
Gasparilla.
Yeah.
Pour me a bottle of Gasparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, it's like sarsaparilla.
There
Yeah,
you
it's like
go.
sarsaparilla.
Do you guys know what this is named after?
I have no idea.
No
so
clue.
Tampa has a pirate festival like this week every year called the Gasparilla,
Gasparilla.
where everyone dresses up like buccaneers, swashbucklers, raiders, and pirates.
How
And
many
takes to-
STDs are
and
passed
takes-
along at this?
Takes to the sea.
All of them.
Every STD known to man. Yeah.
It
So
sounds
that's
like
why they.
it sounds like a Spain thing. Like
Is this game
Yes.
played in St. Petersburg or Tampa?
Is that gonna change your pick?
Well, I mean, no, I guess it can't be in Tampa or in St. Petersburg.
It's in old Raymond James Stadium.
because the whole that hurricane tore off the
Yeah,
roof. Of,
it did.
yeah, it changes everything.
it does.
That's probably a good event to be a cocaine dealer at. Probably make a good amount of money.
Did any of us actually pick this game yet?
We haven't yet.
What?
Sorry.
I got Florida. Florida, as Booble says in the chat.
I don't know who's is Legway playing? I don't know. If he is, that means Florida's gonna crush, would be my guess. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume he's playing. I'll take Florida as well.
Yeah. Going Gators.
Florida. That's the name of a state. Family
God,
Guy
we're gonna-
reference. Yeah.
We got another great bowl. We got the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Where do they play
We got
that one?
We got Coastal Carolina.
I'm guessing Myrtle Beach.
Oh,
Probably a
weird.
safe bet. Probably a safe bet. They're playing the Roadrunners. Roadrunners 9.5-point favorites against Coastal. I'll take Coastal. Give me the points in Coastal. Fuck the Roadrunners.
I got Roadrunners. Yeah.
Yeah, give me the roadies.
3
Meet me.
scores. Yeah.
All right, now we're on to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Again, I love these bowls.
Yes.
Aren't they fantastic?
You're gonna watch this game. Maybe not this game in particular, but
Probably
you're
not.
gonna watch some bowls, and you're just gonna see someone go, "Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the famous Idaho Micron PC bowl game. I guess we're spuddies now, and we're so proud to blah 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 blah." And I love those CEOs just talking about bullshit.
Well,
It's great.
You know, it was even more fantastic. I was actually watching the Frisco Bowl. Didn't know apparently Frisco is like a coffee place or a coffee.
Oh yeah, it's got a
manufacturer or
wacky coffee place. Yeah.
In their whole thing, they made the announcers talk about, oh, you know how every bowl game they pour Gatorade on the winner. Well, guess what? They're pouring ice cold coffee on the winning coach.
Cold brew?
Cold brew on them. Cold brew on them.
And, yeah, this place's gimmick is they put whipped cream on their coffee with sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Whoa!
What?
Jesus!
No.
Take your insulin, baby. Good lord!
Crazy.
Are you trying to kill
So
people?
wacky.
They're gonna kill some olds with all that sugar.
I mean, have you ever seen the thing of like what your Dunkin' Donuts coffee you order actually is? It's like 70% filled of just sugar.
Yeah.
With a little splash of coffee. Yeah. I
live
guess
on
I'll tell you the
Dunkin'.
teams. This bowl has Northern Illinois and Fresno. Northern Illinois 2.5-point favorite.
Give me the dogs.
Northern Illinois beat
Which
Notre
one, though?
Dame this year. That probably means they're supposed to win this game. I got Fresno.
I got Northern Illinois. I think Fresno's coach left.
I don't care. Valley, baby. Throw up those V's.
I'm going to take Northern Illinois as well.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I
You're
mean,
probably right. Yes.
I'm looking at last week. I picked Cal. That was a bad idea.
Can you guys name the Northern Illinois coach or a quarterback in 2013 that led the Huskies to an Orange Bowl game against, I believe it was FSU. They were undefeated. First initial is J. Last name initial is L.
I know this.
White guy.
I got it.
I can't come up with it.
Jordan Lynch.
Yeah,
Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, look at this crafty white quarterback from Northern Illinois. And I believe it was Florida State, which is like, nope. Snuffed out. Nothing.
Yep.
Enjoy your 86 yards on the game. We win.
They said this. I mean, when Oregon played, North Dakota. It said this. They always say the same thing about those white quarterbacks in the small schools. Like, because they always have good numbers.
Crafty.
I mean, Josh Allen at Wyoming. I mean, come on, he's the only one that's like panned out of small school white guy.
It is wild. Like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL played against Oregon, and Oregon made him look really shitty.
And Willie Taggart was the Oregon.
Yeah, right. I know, it's crazy.
Who was the defensive coordinator? Or that wasn't Brady Hoke, was it? No, that was the year before.
Yeah.
Who was the defensive coordinator in 2017?
There's no way of knowing.
Yeah, impossible information to find.
Yep.
All right. Next bowl. Yeah, next bowl, we got the Howley Bowl because there's no Hawaiian team in this one. We got South Florida. They're playing San Jose State. San Jose State is a 3.5-point favorite.
San Jose State, star pick. Riding my Spartans, ride or die, baby.
Oh, it was Jim Levitt was the defensive.
It was Levitt,
of course.
It was Levitt.
Pepsi Town. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pepsi Town guy.
He was the first to, because there's that billboard as you drive by Autzen, going into Eugene, that has been a Pepsi billboard since Jim Levitt was here, and he was the first to be on it.
Yep. I'm with you, Brian. To San Jose State, it's much closer flight than South Florida flying to Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm taking the Spartans because Nick Nash is going to take out the Biletnikoff snub all over them Bulls.
All over them?
Yeah.
Is a question. Yeah, is he playing? Are there good players playing? That's the.
I mean,
no.
Come on. I mean, if I were him, I probably wouldn't play.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like a first-round pick, probably.
All right.
Nick Nash is a fun name to say, though. By the way, it's like Nick Nash.
Nick Nash.
Fun name.
I don't know if this might be a new bowl.
What?
It's called it's called the Game Above Bowl.
Yeah.
You guys know this bowl?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Pitt and Toledo, man. I've been thinking about this game all season.
Where do you guys think this game is played at?
I'm gonna say Ford Field.
I'm gonna say heaven because Pitt and Toledo. God.
I think it'd be played in hell if it's Pitt and Toledo.
Is there anything better?
It's close playing in hell. It is played in Detroit, so yeah.
Is it really?
It is at Ford Field, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. It just feels like
doesn't it?
the replacement for the Little Caesars / Reliant Quest Bowl or Quick Lane or whatever it was. If
you're gonna have Pitt and Toledo playing a football game against each other, it better.
Toledo is 100% playing a bowl game in Detroit.
Yeah,
no way.
Pitt a 6.5-point favorite against Toledo.
Want to hear something? Give me the Rockets.
What are you doing back in the MAC? Come on.
I'm just saying. The Toledo historically wins bowl games.
Yeah, you stole my bit because I'm taking Toledo as well.
Well, I got Pitt. There we go. A little separation.
Yeah. Pivot point match right there.
It is. It's a big one. We got to make the game above a big one for us.
I literally have to go look at these bowl names to make sure I actually wrote down what this stupid bowl is called, and I got
names for you for a couple of them if you don't.
I wrote them down too, but I just can't believe I wrote these down like last night. Next, we're going to the Rate Bowl. Rate Bowl. We got the Fighting Shianos. They're playing Kansas State with K-State a 6.5-point favorite.
Is Kansas State's quarterback injured? Like that guy who was really...
He's got long hair, isn't he?
Yeah.
Avery
Yes.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Avery Johnson.
Hey, what you want to know? What I haven't heard that name in a minute. I guess
Yeah.
you could say that.
Lines.
Thank you.
Avery Johnson lines.
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. Hey, this is the new thing. We got to back the conference, right? Give me Shiano and Rutgers.
Kansas State for me.
Yeah.
This guy.
Every man's a wildcat. Ema.
What's the line for that again?
6.5. Yeah.
For K-State?
Yeah. Big favorite.
Yep.
All right. And next up, another great this is a bowl. It's the 68 Venture Bowl. And we have Arkansas State against Bowling Green. Bowling Green 6.5 point favorites.
It's wild. All of these games, I'm sort of like looking through them right now too. It's 7 and 5 teams playing each other. Like every single one. It's wild.
Are you guys on board with now? Maybe if they expand it to 16, let's say. Are you guys fine having 6 to 8 other bowl games? Like, do we need these bowls still? I mean, it's been like this for decades. Of why do we need to watch 7 and 5 teams play football?
It's never been a matter of need. I think like I'm always been curious like why the schools don't sort of look at them differently because they don't make money. They like lose money by going to these bowl games. So it's what purpose does this serve for you? Is it advertising? Like, is that what you're doing? Are you paying this money?
It's just live programming. That's all it's for.
Yeah, but like
honestly,
they lose money. So what's the point?
But I don't really I don't really get why people complain about too many bowls.
Do you have to have a postseason? Like,
it's like, okay, then just don't watch. Like, people are complaining about even the 12-team playoff being too much. They're like, well, there are some teams in this thing that I just don't think can win the national title. Oh, really? Oh, yeah?
That's why they're not going to. Yeah.
Have you ever watched a Texas Tech game just flipping through the channels? Because they can't win one. You ever watched a Wazoo game flipping through the channels at 11 p.m., 2 p.m. on the East Coast? Because they can't win one either. So don't give me this shit like, there are too many games because teams can't win anything. Oh, then don't watch. Don't be concerned about it. But you want to know what it is? I don't think Indiana can win the national title. But you want to know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm watching Indiana play in a fucking college football playoff game. Because it's fun to watch football.
These are the same people also that would complain about just picking the two best teams to play each other in the national championship game.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, why isn't it just Oregon and Georgia? Well, I kind of wish it would. It'd be easier for Oregon. But you want to know what? It's not. And we get to watch a lot of football. So, miss me with that one.
No, but I disagree with Braga that people aren't making money off this. That's why I don't understand how these shitty bowls are still a thing.
Well, I mean, it's all tax evasion, and I mean that's.
I guess if we're
money, are they money laundering?
Yes.
If we're trying to milk Uncle Sam, I guess I'm all for it. So
you think that Insight.com bowl at Bank of Phoenix Bank of what was it? Bank One Ball at the Bob was making a lot of money? No, it was not. It's all guys in Jack sports coats money laundering and eating at buffets for free.
You want to know what the biggest money laundering thing just happened? Did you guys watch The Showdown at all? It was Rory and Scheffler versus Epka and Bison DeChambeau. So the winners got $10 million.
I'm insulted you even asked me that question, dude. Like, absolutely not. Like, under any circumstance would I watch that bullshit.
It's actually better than watching normal golf because they drive around in carts. They talk to him the whole time. Charles Barkley's doing commentary. It's entertaining.
This guy loves the live tour.
Is it entertaining?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well,
I mean,
you're a degenerate gambler, and you bet on these things.
Get a good line off on Rory this week.
Yes,
so I will give.
They all do. Yeah, they're just ripping on Charles the whole time. Yeah. I mean, you talk about degenerate game. Every hole they bring up DraftKings, like, oh, here's the DraftKings odds on this hole. Every hole, probably almost every shot. But the winners They got $10 million in crypto. That's what they won.
Was it the Haktua crypto?
I actually don't remember what it was, but Scheffler was very confused at what crypto was.
What did I actually win?
Yeah, he had no idea. No idea.
Crypto confuses me too. I'll be honest.
Agreed.
Are we still talking about the Bowling Green game? By the way,
we're still on the G8 Venture Bowl.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Of Arkansas State and Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
You know me, I'm taking
Please.
Bowling Green.
Yeah, please.
Well, in the fashion of Kelly, what was her name? Kellyanne Conway. I am talking about the fictitious Bowling Green massacre in 2017. I too will root for Urban Meyer's old squad, the Bowling Green Eagles.
That's a great joke, by the way. It's
an old one.
Remember her husband like denounced
George,
her?
yeah. Old like, George Conway.
Yeah. Totally denounced her in public. That's amazing. They're still married. That's incredible. Publicly coming out and saying, yeah, I don't agree with her on anything. She's crazy.
Yeah, this fucking cunt just keeps running her mouth.
Whoa!
Literally
said he did. Yeah.
He did not. He was talking like old DT out there about his fucking wife. It was just like, oh man.
What was their daughter's name?
I don't know, but she was very anti her mom as well.
Very anti her mom. Some of those videos were very cringe. I was like, oh my god. You're really gonna call your mama?
You're really gonna say that about your mom
right in front of her? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man.
Damn.
I mean, she's a gargoyle, but that's still you can dial back the rhetoric a little bit, maybe, on your mom.
I guess if you are presented with a gargoyle in front of you, you can talk shit because like the remedy to get rid of them is just to be like, ooh, I got a bottle of Aquafina.
Yeah.
Throw it at you.
Yeah, you gotta neg them. You gotta neg them. Yep. Yeah. That's how that works.
Don't try to get in trouble there. Yeah.
I love all these. I love all these jokes from like 4 or 5 years ago. These are great. I'm so glad.
Shout out to 2017.
Right?
2017.
You got a Charlottesville joke.
I know.
All right. Now we're finally on to the 4 actual real games.
Okay.
Game 1, Indy Notre Dame. Notre Dame 7.5.
This is gonna be really interesting. This
a lot of big lines for all 4 of these games too.
Because Indiana, we kind of learned what they really were when they finally had to play somebody, and so Notre Dame, despite their loss to Northern Illinois, besides that game, has been pretty fucking dominant this year.
But also, who has Notre Dame really played on top?
Fair, I guess.
They're similar teams in my eyes. I just think Notre Dame is better.
I agree.
I'm going to take Notre Dame.
I have Notre Dame as well. Yep.
Give me the Irish. Give me the Fighting Fenders.
7.5 though. I hate that half.
Do you think Fender watches Notre Dame games with like rosary beads around him?
Yeah.
Maybe up his ass.
Whoa.
I think that's where the Notre Dame people shove the rosary beads during game.
During
the game only. During the game time only.
One beat at a time,
real slow,
or like you're starting a lawnmower.
Well, rosary beads, it's like a necklace, so it's going to be 2 beads at a time, if anything. So
you cut them. You cut them. Real Catholics know. You cut it.
Real Catholics know. No, rosary beads, they're more like a ring thing, right? Or more like a ring thing. So that's what I imagine. I mean, I don't imagine that. I mean, I'm not imagining that. Nope.
You're imagining what and who's what?
Wait a minute.
I would delete your cache right now on your laptop, Braga, if I were you. Your cache.
Clear browsing history.
Yeah. Well, here's another fun line. We got SMU and Penn State. Penn State 8.5 point favorites.
College football hipsters are picking SMU to win this one. I don't think any of them have watched even 25 plays of SMU this entire year. I haven't watched one. Not a single one. I watch a lot of college football. I'm kind of a sicko. Not one. Penn State.
Penn State by a lot. And we like our opinions might be like slanted just because we saw Penn State give Oregon a really good game, but Penn State's way better than SMU. Like, way more talented by a lot. So
I am going to go SMU. I don't necessarily think they're going to. I don't think they're going to win.
That's why
name two SMU players.
That's why you're third right now, Ski.
I don't know. I saw the end of that. I saw the last quarter of that.
Name one SMU player.
SMU player, please.
Name SMU's coach. Name SMU's mascot.
What colors do they wear?
Them stings, ain't them stings.
Name SMU Stadium. It's named after a president.
George W.
Yeah, the last name starts with an F. Yep, and that concludes our SMU coverage.
SMU breakdown. 3, 2, 1.
SMU. I think
it's Gerald Ford.
Is it Gerald Ford?
Yeah.
I'm against you guys where I think you guys are reliving just that one Penn State game against Oregon. I'm kind of thinking about through the whole season what I thought Penn State was, and I just don't think they're that good. They played a fantastic game against Oregon. I'll give them that.
And Ohio State, really. Like, they played Ohio State really tough,
Ohio State played down. That was a mutter game against Ohio State. So, yeah, I'm just lose by a touchdown.
I love a good mutter game when it was 65 degrees and sunny.
Yeah, well, the Big Ten.
It was an absolute mutter game.
3/4 of the games in the Big Ten are fucking mutter games.
Fair enough.
So, all right. Hey, the team that beat them Stangs, Clemson, they're 12.5-point dogs playing Texas. I am
crazy. Clemson.
Yeah, I kind of like
star
where
pick.
I kind of like where your head's
pick.
at with this.
Not to win, cover star pick.
Texas, like, the only times they've played big games this year, they have shit the bed entirely.
I'm just saying,
like
we all shit on Dabo. We all do, all of us. Give Dabo a couple weeks to just be like, hey, no one believes in you. Power of Christ.
Yeah.
We built this program in the name of Jesus and Moses and Samson and his hair. I'm telling you, I think Dabo, given this break, can rally his team to a gimmicky close loss. Where Sark, I don't see this.
I know you hate Quinn Ewers, so that.
Oh, I hate Quinn Ewers.
He's butt. Like, he's a pile of butts. Quinn Ewers sucks. Like by the way, like, Quinn Ewers, like, cover of College Football 25, like, he sucks.
He wasn't even the worst player on the cover. Donovan Edwards. 37 yards.
Incredible. The fact that they featured him in like their promotion of the game. They featured him. Incredible. Yeah. Incredible. Not even the best running back on his team this year. Like, incredible.
I mean, I guess I get it. Defending national champion.
You had to have someone from Michigan.
He had a good game in the national championship game, and that's all he did last year.
I wish they would have put Alex Orgy on the cover.
Oh God, that would have been fantastic.
So good.
Great.
So good.
You
know what, my guy?
Problem with that.
I got Clemson as well.
Clemson, all right.
Yep.
So here's your problem of hating on Quinn Ewers is that Cade Klubnik is a worse Quinn Ewers.
Same guy,
That's the problem.
But he's got the power of prayer behind him.
He does. Yeah, but you know what? That power of prayer works a lot better when you have Deshaun Watson handing it off to Travis Etienne, throwing it to DeAndre Hopkins.
No, I'm just saying.
Not Cade Klubnik throwing it to, like, his son out there.
One program is built under the name, image, and likeness of Jesus, and it's not Texas.
Hey, we've already. Hey, I'm not sure if you're going to keep this in. We already said Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball, and he can't throw the deep ball. He can't get Clemson to fucking win.
Well, he can throw a screen to the flat.
He can throw a screen to the flat.
Jesus is Bo Nixon, Clemson, all the way to cover.
Jesus is like the biggest check down artist we've ever known.
Seriously. Yeah, Jesus isn't very aggressive, if we're being honest.
No.
I thought Jesus would throw a lot of good crossing routes.
Oh,
that's good.
Oh, you really nailed that one.
Give me Texas in a landslide. Clemson's terrible. Jesus Christ can't do all those stuff, so can't save Dabo.
Wow.
Give me Texas.
Listen to you limiting our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, seriously.
And then
right around Christmas too.
Good luck with
He's the reason for the season.
And here you are. Yeah. You think there's a college football playoff?
Merry Christmas again.
Merry
Christmas.
Jesus Christ is giving us the game above bowl in the rate bowl. So let's good with the bad with old JC. How about it? Then last game, Tennessee.
Last one. All right.
Ohio State. Ohio State 7.5 point favorites. King, we and you still need a star pick in here.
No, I star picked Texas to cover Clemson.
Clemson.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to use my star pick right now, and it's going to be on Tennessee.
Rocket top. Rocket top town.
Tennessee. Tennessee will do a lot of dumb things, but the one thing they will do well is I think get pressure from their front four and linebackers. So one thing they're going to be good at, and with their injury, Ohio State's injuries on the line, I don't see them scoring a ton of points.
Which defense for Ohio State are we going to see? Like, because they have, speaking of bipolar, like they have been bipolar this year. They have like really talented guys who in big situations have completely shit the bed. Like Oregon made them look real bad. Think we all saw that, but which one are we going to see? Like that's going to determine the game because Will Howard's going to be Will Howard. Like, you know, like
I think I saw a stat today that Nico Iamaleava.
Nice. Ava, isn't it Ava?
Pass the coin,
Isn't it Ava at the end?
I don't, man.
That was pretty good though. No, props.
I think I saw a stat that in the last 3 weeks he's thrown 4 balls, 15 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he's completed one of them.
Yeah, it sounds like the guy the Ducks might want to look at in the portal here if he ever hits it.
Yeah.
Will Stein's fucking creaming. Will Stein is creaming his pants at that.
I think Ohio State wins, and I think Ohio State covers, and I think the winner of Ohio State and Oregon, I think that's the real national championship game.
I said that last week. Everyone had them as the 1 and 2 teams in the country for damn near the whole year, and all of a sudden because they lose a terrible game to Michigan, it's Ohio State's not good, and that's why I wanted them to lose to Penn State, so they didn't have to play that team in their first round.
Yeah.
I am picking Ohio State. I truly wish it doesn't happen. I don't want Oregon to play Ohio State. I want
Tennessee to win.
I want
Tennessee, yes.
So bad.
I want them to win with all my being, because granted, we can get into this next week. I can just so see Oregon season going up in flames against Ohio State in a close game, like really good game, but it's just like, fuck, that was the title game, and Ohio State wins the next 2 games by 14 and 17. It's like, fuck, I hate everything.
Yeah, I think Vegas is down on Ohio State right now. I mean, because this game's in the shoe. It's gonna be cold as fuck. Tennessee doesn't tend to play football games in cold as fuck weather at the end of the year, and they're only 7.5 point favorites at home. It's like if this was neutral field, it'd be a field goal, 2.5, 3.5 points. So maybe the books are right and Ohio State is down, and you're not as scared about Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. But I agree with you. I 100% rather see Tennessee though.
Yes.
By the way,
you could break out your video from like 12 years ago of your Tennessee fan.
I forgot about that.
Yes. Oh my God.
That is a deep cut.
Wow. How many people like
Rocky Top dog?
Still? Yeah, you got that little dog.
The dog?
Yeah, I do. I do have the dog still.
Yeah, good. Well, save that. We need it for the need it for the bit now.
Yo, that is such a deep cut. Wow. How many people like watching or listening know what the fuck we're talking about? That is wild. That is wild. Okay, that's it. That's lines.
That is all. That's lines.
Okay, so
lines. I win.
Lines.
Lines.
So list. We got some suggestions. Do we want to go with any of them? They all came from Booble, by the way. Top three soundboard drops that are needed. We got top 3 '90s Nickelodeon shows, or we got top 3 states.
I just want someone in the Discord to drop me some soundboard drops I need to add.
Yeah.
I do need that.
Sports Brewery and Discord. Join that.
Come on, Discord.
What's happening in that clip? I can't understand it.
Talk to me, Terry. Talk
to me, Terry. Okay, thank you.
It's I don't get
Okay,
why
now play it
the
again.
volume's
Play it
so
again. Play it again. Now I hear it. Okay. All right. We just had to have it explained to us once, and now it's actually in our brains. So, all right. It's South Eugene legend, Bryce Betcher, asking Terry to talk to him. So do we want to do any of those lists, or do we just want to call it good?
I mean, I could do the 90s Nickelodeon shows off the top of my head, at least.
90s Nickelodeon shows. Okay. You want to start that? Mr.
I'll start, yeah.
I am so confident.
Yeah, my number 3 90s Nickelodeon show would probably be, how about Guts? I think I'll go number 3.
Do you have it? That is pretty great. By the way, 90s Nickelodeon shows, just go through the list. They are just plain phenomenal. Like they just were. It was a better era of TV, frankly.
I think we should almost change it. Well, no, I was going to do, like, what 3 shows would you have actually wanted to bin on when you were a kid in the 90s?
Okay. Well, most of them are cartoons, so.
Yeah.
Are we saying like an animated version?
You gonna be Patty Mayonnaise for us, or what? What's going on here?
Yeah.
All mine were.
I'm Skeeter, bro.
Yeah.
I'm Skeeter. Skeet. Speaking of Patty
actually,
Mayonnaise.
What was the green bully guy's name?
Roger Klotz.
Klotz, yeah.
KZ.
Yeah.
Would it surprise you to learn that SpongeBob debuted in 1999? Isn't that crazy?
Sounds right.
Isn't that crazy? So technically, SpongeBob is a 90s Nickelodeon cartoon. Let's see. What am I going to go
Great
for?
cartoon, by the way, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
The guy has made a lot of money.
Yes.
So much money.
Yes. Let's see. What do I want to? Yeah.
The weirdest thing about SpongeBob is that it has that fucking guy from Coach as fucking Patrick Star.
Bull?
As
Dauber?
Oh, yeah.
No, it is. No. It is, yeah, Dauber. Yeah, not the
Dauber, right?
Yeah, the tall blonde guy.
Yeah. Because Bull
Yeah.
Bull was from Night Court, right? Like
Night Court. Yeah,
that's
different.
right.
Oh my God, I love Night Court.
That's right.
Did you watch any of they had the Night Court revival?
Let's go. Top 3 Nick at Night shows. Night Court.
Oh, I could probably do that
No,
easier,
no.
actually. I love me some Nick and Night. I might have watched
Nick at Night was so good.
I might have watched like more I Love Lucy than like any of these cartoons, if I'm being honest, man.
Oh, you're a big was it Harry something was the Night Court.
Harry Anderson?
Wasn't Harry Anderson?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Harry Anderson.
Totally.
Big Harry Anderson guy.
All right, let's see. My number 3, I'm going to go with Salute Your Shorts. That'll be my number 3.
We run, we jump, we swim and play. We row and go on trips. But when we
is it but the thing that lasts forever?
Forever.
Are our different
true
ships? Is that what they said?
Friendship.
Oh,
Dear
ships
true
are our
friendship.
different ships, or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Camp on Awana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart. Get it right or pay the price. Ugly, man. Gotta love it. Ugly.
My number 3.
Yes.
A wholesome show. Are you afraid of the dark?
Yeah, that was
Very
great.
scary.
Scary.
Ooh,
Scary. Yeah.
edgier than Goosebumps.
Much
Definitely.
edgier. Absolutely.
Slightly below Tales from the Crypt, but close.
A little bit.
A little bit.
The Tales from the Crypt guy, like the Crypt Keeper, is still one of the funniest characters in the history of TV. Like so good. Like just the
It looks
dumbest.
like Mitch McConnell.
A little bit. The dumbest
Wish it
jokes
was not.
ever. Threes from the chat. Booble and WCP both say guts. Do you have it?
Do you have it?
I want to
Exactly.
part of that fucking Astro Crag, man.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, what's your 2, Ski?
My number 2, I'm staying all game shows on it. Mine's gonna be Legend of the Hidden Temple.
That's good. That is good.
So I always wanted to run that little final obstacle course thing at the very end.
Yeah.
Except for the creepy pedo guys that come out and like grab you like that.
God, this is like a harder list to make than I thought it would be. My number 2 is Double Dare.
Is that Mark Summers?
Yeah,
Mark Summers.
Mark Summers, yep.
Mark with the C?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Almost as bad as Jeff with a G.
Almost as bad as Jeremy with an O.
I saw a clip with Mark Summers and Burt Reynolds on a talk show together. And like Mark Summers made like the sickest burn ever about Burt Reynolds and like his wife leaving him or something like that. It was like the most personal,
Lonnie Anderson?
the most
Lonnie
personal
Anderson.
fucking dig like you've ever seen in your life. And Burt Reynolds was like not in the mood, and he like spilled water on Mark Summers' face and like hit him, and it was like the most awkward thing ever. I saw like randomly that came across my Instagram like 3 days ago or whatever. Like Google it. It's insanely awkward. But Mark Summers and Burt Reynolds, in what world do those two fight on a talk show?
It's
Amazing. Yeah, Double Dare, like gack and shit, man. Like,
Oh, I love some gack.
yeah.
Were you a gack guy or Floam?
Floam.
Floam.
I love me some Floam.
Yeah. Actually, Floam had like a longer life, you know?
Yeah.
Because gack, once you got any dirt whatsoever on it, it was done.
Jeez,
like,
that's
yeah,
thrown away.
yeah, exactly. All right, did you do your 2? King?
Me?
Yeah.
My number 2. All that.
Yeah. Yes. I'm glad one of us did all that. Yeah. Great show. Like Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Like Kenan Thompson goes on for like 20 years on Saturday Night Live, but
He's still doing all that.
gets a
Just
start on
NBC
all that.
now.
Yeah. What was it Bag and
Was-
Sag
was
Bag and
Bill-
Sag and Barry, where he had like the huge pants and he'd pull fish and TVs and stuff out of them, and yeah, so good. So good.
That dude's just been making shows for 40 years.
Yes. Yeah, he might be
It's
the most
insane.
prolific TV actor
Yes.
like ever. Yeah. Honestly.
It's like him and those people that were on like Falcon Crest that did like 7,000 episodes because it was a daily soap opera.
Or, yeah,
but
days,
he's like
days
right
of
on
our
their-
lives. Yeah,
he's
totally.
but he's like right on their tail on like number of episodes of things he's been on.
Was it Lori Beth Denberg?
Or about Denver.
Yep. Remember when she like made a resurgence on that Workaholics episode? Or she smoked weed with him in a hot tub. That was like incredible. It's like, holy shit, it's Lori Beth Denberg. I haven't seen her in 20 years. Good stuff. Let's see. 2s from the chat. WCP says salute your shorts. Good call. The love affair between Ugg and Mona. I think we'll all remember that.
That's one of those weird shows that only had like 13 episodes, right?
I
Kinda
think
like
we
Hey Dude.
we looked that up.
Oh my god,
Right?
I loved Hey Dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
like one season of 13
dude.
episodes, and they played it 5 times a day for 15 years.
Ben Stiller's ex-wife, Christine Taylor. that's her
Kristen
name?
Taylor,
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Great show.
Marsha Brady.
Great show.
Marsha.
Yep.
Booble says Angry Beavers, which
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
which
Boing.
Good for you.
that debuted in '97. How is that possible? Like, I think of Angry Beavers and SpongeBob as like, and Rugrats and stuff as like the next era. But like,
Nah, Rugrats was like mid 90s.
that was '90s. It totally was. It was early. It was 1991.
Yeah.
Is when that
Wow.
premiered. That's crazy.
Same with Doug.
Yeah, 90. By the way, 91, big year. Clarissa
Huskies.
explains it all was 91. Like, that was a big year for Nickelodeon programming. My number 1 is Ren and Stimpy. That also debuted in 91. I was obsessed with Ren and Stimpy for a good portion of the 90s.
I didn't like, the one thing in real time about Ren and Stimpy I'd never really liked was how often Stimpy was like the red dog, right? The big dog.
Stimpy was the
whatever.
cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He prolapsed his anus a lot, and I just even when I was like 10, I was like, I didn't know what the word prolapse mean, but I was like,
Yeah.
why is his anus coming out of his
Truly-
body? That's weird.
Truly a disgusting show. Like
And
truly
they would
gross.
just like quick
Rotten.
zoom in on it
Yes.
too. Like
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had a special art style for the disgusting stuff where they would get super like detailed.
Oh,
Sorry,
stains
sorry.
and sweat beads. It was really
Yeah.
a nasty show.
Mhm.
Sorry, I jumped ahead of you, Ski. My bad.
no, it's like yeah,
Um,
they would like quick zoom in on like an STD or something.
Yes,
It's
they
just
would.
like
Yes, they would.
microscope view of an STD. It's like yeah.
Or you had the nose goblins, like the boogers that he would save on the bottom of his stool. Yeah. It was a gross show. And by the way, like Google the creator of Ren and Stimpy, because he was also like a gross guy. And super duper predatory. So yeah. Not a good dude. All right, go for it.
All right, but yeah, my number one is Nick Arcade.
Yeah, my guy.
Those kids on it, they were so terrible. What A, they were terrible at video games, and then B, when you like made it to the finals, you got to be like in the game, right? And they were like the most unathletic people possible they found.
It was so disappointing because like I know I would have been successful at this, and here I am watching these dweebs on the best show ever. Like honestly,
It's like I'm watching them fucking play Battletoads and they can't even fucking kill a guy.
Give me
It's
a
like
break.
fuck out of here.
Give me a break. Do you even game, bro?
Yeah.
Get good. You know?
Serious.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
Like they were
King?
looking for people with like one hand. That's how they were able to play.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Yeah.
Always has a spot in my heart. My number one, Clarissa Explains It All.
Beautiful show. What was her brother's name on that show? I
Good
forget.
question.
Like the redheaded kid, like the literal redheaded stepbrother.
they-
Like,
They had a time where they just loved to fill in a little redheaded kid.
Yeah.
Like Pete and Pete is
Yep.
like
was it like
Bug-
Wesley
or,
or something? Was it like
Bud Nick
Wesley?
was-
I don't know. Yeah, I know the neighbor and her friend, her like platonic best friend was Sam. I remember that. I feel like it was Wesley. I'm sticking with that. Let's see. One's from the chat. WCP says Adventures of Pete and Pete. Yep. With Artie, the strongest man in the
Artie.
world. Ugh. I think Toby Huss, I think is that actor's name. Went on to do some like
this was big. That was like groundbreaking stuff having someone like on the spectrum on a show. at the
Totally.
time.
totally.
I mean,
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Booble's number one is Keenan and Kel, which of course spin off of all that. I think, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Kel was definitely on all that as well. They were the
so
bag and sag and he was
That's
in
where
that.
Good Burger came from,
Good
right?
Burger, yeah.
Is that-
So all that is premiered in 94. Keenan and Kel premiered in 96. So that makes sense. Cool. What about The Secret World of Alex Mack? Anybody into that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Just going through the list here. Rocco's Modern Life was another one I really liked too. But yeah, honorable mention for me. Honorable mentions from the chat. Booble says Nick Arcade, Doug, and Figure It Out. I don't think I know Figure It Out. What was that? Do you remember it?
I don't
I
remember
don't
that
know
one
what that
either.
is.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it must have been a game show one.
Yeah, maybe. WCP's honorable mentions. Hey, dude, Wild and Crazy Kids. Yeah, that was
Wild and Crazy Kids.
that was with what's his face's brother, right? Oh, fuck.
God.
The actor
yes.
from Jerry Maguire. What's-
Omar Epps' brother, right?
Yeah. Wait, Omar Epps
he's
Omar
Omar
Epps
Epps.
is the
Mike
brother.
Epps?
Yeah.
Mike Epps?
Omar
Is that what you're
Epps was the
thinking?
host of Wild and Crazy Kids.
All right.
He
Okay.
started off on Double Dare and it was like, hey guys,
That was
it's
it.
Omar Epps here and we're on Wild and Crazy Kids and today we're gonna have a race where we balance an egg in a spoon. Isn't that right?
Are you sure it was Omar Epps and not?
Kids.
You sure it was Omar Epps and not
No,
Phil
it was
Lamar?
it was Omar Gooding. Because it was
Omar Gooding.
Cuba Gooding
That's Cuba
Jr.'s
Gooding's
brother.
brother.
Thank you. WCP
That's
in the
right.
chat. Thank you.
That's right.
That's it. We got it. All right, cool.
Yes.
More honorable mentions from WCP. Nick Arcade, Ren and Stimpy, Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah. Great. By the way, Figure It Out, game show hosted by Suzanne Summers. Suzanne Summers. Yeah.
What was her?
She was a swimmer. She was on NBA, like whatever the show with.
She had that like pelvic thing that you like.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
You're thinking.
Wait, no.
You're thinking of Summer Sanders.
Summer
not
Sanders.
Suzanne.
That's correct.
Suzanne
Summers.
She was
the.
She did
me and
Standing Tall. They had they were on the.
From the wind through my wings.
He wasn't in Perfect Strangers.
No, it's not Perfect Strangers.
Three's Company, I thought. Wasn't she?
No. Well, yes, Three's Company was the one she was huge on.
Nothing can stop me now.
Step by Step.
Patrick
Step by
Burton,
Step.
I think. Step by Step. Is that what it was? They had the crazy guy that lived in the van out in the garage. He's like, hey, I'm a pro.
Yeah, they had Sasha Mitchell, who took over the kickboxer series from Van Damme.
We gotta
he was
stop.
Very problematic.
We gotta stop. We were like 1 out of 10 on references just now. Like we were remembering absolutely
the 90s, man.
nothing
it's like
correctly.
30 years ago.
Yeah, we got
there.
We got there. Takes a little throwing out a couple names here and there to then you get it.
We got old brains, man. What do you want? All right, we good?
We're good.
We good.
Good.
All right, college football playoff starts tomorrow. That's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, Oregon's gonna play in the Rose Bowl in 2 weeks. That's exciting too.
Just don't look for any Rose Bowl gear because they're not gonna get any.
Hey, you know what? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All that stuff. Thank you for watching and listening to us. People who are watching and listening to
Top
us.
17 Christmas songs. Go.
Fucking love it. Top 17 Christmas songs?
You're going to give a Blazer update. Blazers currently up 6 points with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Terrible. All right.
Tell Terry. Tell me. Bye.